everyone. We are live. Beautiful clear skies right now. We are looking at deep space. Deep space. M13, the famous great star cluster, Hercules. This is a monster. Hercules globular cluster. I'm going to zoom in. I'm at about 15 minutes of 10 seconds of image stacking through the Seestar telescope. Thank you for joining. It's probably, I'm assuming, late where you're watching from. It's not as late here, as you can see my local time there. Almost 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And we are looking at deep space from Southern California. If you're loving this, hit me with a like. Subscribe if it's your first time. Got the live chat open. Feel free to interact with me in the chat. We'll talk more about what we're looking at. Here, this is the Hercules Globular Cluster, also known as M13. It is the live image of deep space. I have zoomed into it. I zoom out. Here it is. One of the most famous star clusters. Astronomers' favorite, an astronomer's favorite, a space lover's favorite image in the night sky, especially if you live in very dark skies. We're imaging through the Seestar S50 smart telescope. If you're joining me right now and you have a telescope like this, let me know. If you're imaging right now, if you have clear skies, let me know. Hey, Arthur. All right. Awesome. Trying to get the Vale Nebula. Someone was saying that earlier today. And I did a live stream earlier this morning or earlier this afternoon of the sun. So thank you. If this is yours, if you're joining for the second time today, let me know. And we had a beautiful live stream earlier of the sun. Now we're focusing on deep space. I took a bit of a break, but now we are back. We've got several people on. Let me move the scope a bit there. Get it a little bit more in central view. See if I can move it up just a little bit more. Hey Dave, welcome. Hi Jim, you're back. Thanks for your support, everyone. My Bortle scale is, believe it or not, right at about an 8. I would say between a 7 and 8. More closer to 8. I live in very light polluted skies. I would say maybe a 7-ish, 8. Because you've got a 9 would be like LA, Los Angeles, New York City and stuff. I'm not too far from one of the biggest cities in the US, so I'm like a Bortle 7-ish, I would say. And I just realized I had my mic on. I'm sorry if you, I'm not sure if you guys could hear me well. Let me clip this on. Oh my goodness, my mic was like way down there. what I wanted to say. Hello, Randy. Welcome. You're not sure, Randy, if you want to wait to buy the Seestar later on. Maybe wait for the next generation. You know, Randy, I completely understand where you're coming from. But to be honest, I think it's good to get on it now just to... I think it's good to get ahead of the learning curve, you know? Get ahead of the curve. Learn how to use them. I'm not sure in particular with this smart telescope when the new one is going to come out. We know it's in the works for another Seestar. We know it's in the works. I've talked about it numerous times on this channel. I've shown proof and confirmation from the Seestar themselves, from ZWO. We just don't know when. They might want us to juice this one up, right? And, you know, they might be taking their time to make the new scope, to do the prototype. I'm pretty sure there's already a prototype, I feel like personally. But, you know, get this telescope now while you can. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this even goes up in price. This could go up in price. And, you know, it's crazy. Like, I live in really... I'm going to actually show you guys. I imaged this same cluster about... Let me see. Was it about a week ago? You know what? It was 2 weeks ago because it was the northern lights, the Aurora Borealis, the night after the big one. I was live imaging this same star cluster, the Hercules. And I was imaging it at Bortle 3-ish 4 skies. I'm going to show you how different it looks. I'm going to show you how different it looks to compare, okay? But I want you guys to know just how awesome it is that you can get deep space views from very light polluted skies like where I live. So if you live in a big city, don't fear, you can still use this telescope. Just... it's awesome. So let me show you. So look, check it out. Right now, can you guys see that? Let me see. I gotta move my time. Let me move this real quick. I want to show you guys. Hit me with the like, guys. You're loving this. Subscribe if it's your first time and you love deep space. So I'm moving the... I just moved the clock there a bit. I want you guys to see at what minutes I'm imaging, I'm stacking, so we can compare it to how this looks at Bortle 4. Because this is going to flip you out. If you already live in Bortle 4 skies or so, let me know. Because this cluster, I'm going to zoom in even more. This cluster looks wild. I was like, I drove out almost 3 hours and, you know, to do some imaging and stuff. And I was blown away by the beauty. This is one of my favorite star clusters. This one in M3. I'll do it another night. But I love this one. It's beautiful. This is 500,000 suns. Did you guys know that? This is 500,000 stars, like the size of the sun. All, you know, condensed and packed into one. It looks as if they're all together. We know they're not right there like that. You know, this just so far and deep into space. For our view, it's like they're all packed and condensed right there in the center. Thank you, Huchi007. Cool name. Thank you for subscribing. This is the first live that you've subscribed to. Awesome. Super awesome. Welcome. And guys, if you're currently imaging, let me know. So I have the light pollution blocker on my Seestar as always. I always have that on, but I haven't tried this with the filter. Let me point to it. Let me get my cursor in here. Okay. I'm not turning on my filter right now because I want to go back and forth with, I know it's not recommended to do the filter on when you're doing globular clusters. I could have turned it on, but I didn't for tonight. You know, but I do have my light pollution filter on. And another time I'll do it with this one, you know, to compare and contrast the images. So, but, you know, usually for globular clusters and for galaxies, the Seestar normally doesn't have the little green check, the little green thing that will like tell you. It usually suggests when to use the light pollution filter, but I always have the actual, if you've seen one of my other videos, I actually do have the Dew Shield light pollution filter on. Move this a little bit more. That's cool, Jim. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for those tips too. Yeah, definitely different modes. I'm always experimenting too, trying different things. Okay, guys, so before we do a little compare and contrast, I want to show you guys how this deep space image looks, this globular cluster in Bortle 4 skies, okay, compared to how I'm seeing it now. I want you guys to know that I opened up today, or late last night into today, a membership. So if you guys want to support me, support this channel, keep it going, because I'm not sponsored by any telescope company. I'm bringing this just to you guys on my own time, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you for your support. And if you sign up for the membership, basically you'll have a loyalty badge on your name, and your chats will stand out to me and to everyone else. And yeah, just know that all of this, any support that I get is all going into creating more new content for you guys, new videos, new gear, new everything, better setup, better camera. So thank you guys. And yeah, Randy, I'm telling you, Randy, it's, you know, there's only just a few smart telescopes to choose from, but the Seestar S50, people have been comparing them with others too. The Seestar S50 telescope, it's just a gem, you know? For the price and what you get, what you can see. Randy, I'm curious too what Bortle's skies you live in, or do you live in light polluted city, or are you out more in the country? Hey, Big Dun, thanks for joining. We are looking at live deep space. This is the M13. This is a great star cluster in deep space, live through a telescope. Send me a super chat, guys, if you're loving this. Hit me with the like and subscribe. So, M13 is this globular cluster, and it's called a great globular cluster. You can mark it up with the scope. It says it right there. Or Hercules globular cluster. Several hundred thousands of stars in the constellation of Hercules. Several. Like I said, 500,000. When I first found that out a few years ago, it blew my mind what we're looking at. It is one of the best known clusters of the Northern Hemisphere, too. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to look at. They compare it to a snow globe. They compare it to, when I say they, I mean NASA. NASA, have you seen the pictures from NASA? Of course, even better telescope than this. But look at what you can get. This is like having NASA at your house. That's what's so cool. Like technology now. Look at this, guys. Like we can have NASA in our backyard, on our balcony, on our front yard, on our patio. You know, with your family, you can mirror this to your TV. You're watching, you're having dinner, mirror it to your TV, this telescope, right? And let it take your images, have the full moon on. If the moon's out, have the half moon out, have the sun on during lunch. Watch it with your family. Have you guys ever done that? Pablo, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Welcome to the Titan Orion membership. Awesome. Let me know where you're watching from, Pablo. Appreciate your support and everyone that's here. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I love this community, this Seestar community. Let me move, guys, I'm going to move it up a little bit. I'm going to move it up a little bit because I see the chat there. I don't want it to get in the way. And I want you to still see how much is the image stacking. So let me see if I can move this up. I don't want to lose the fact that it's showing the minutes of the image stacking if you can see it. Actually, you know what? Let me see here. If I do this. All right. Kansas City. All right. Cool, Pablo. Awesome. Let me take that off of there, the mark. So, okay, going back to this. So, according to NASA, right? What's really cool is that an astronomer, the same astronomer that the famous one after Halley's Comet, this is astronomer Edmond Halley, discovered Messier 13 in 1714. We really can't imagine the age of this thing. The age of this. Okay, welcome Tim. Welcome Pitu. Yes, I'm using the Seestar S50. So hundreds of thousands of stars, deep space is what we're looking at. This is one of the brightest star clusters visible from the northern hemisphere, guys. It is about, according to NASA, it's about 25,000 light years. 25,000 light years from Earth. This is why we're saying this is deep space. Okay? You can be like NASA at your house with the telescope. With the smart telescope, makes it quick and easy, a quick setup. Guys, to get an idea of what I'm saying, right? So we've got the NASA calculates, right? Scientists calculate that this is 25,000 light years from Earth. And if you think about it, how long is, how do we translate that to miles? Let's say miles. Each light year is 6 trillion miles. So if it's 25,000 light years, if we do the math, come on. Saludos, Gonzalo Díaz desde Argentina. Yo también hablo español. Bienvenidos. Estamos viendo el espacio muy profundo en vivo por un telescopio. En vivo. Thank you for joining. I'm addressing my Spanish viewers. So yeah, so it's just incredible when we really can't fathom the same thing what I was saying earlier today when I was live streaming the sun. We can't fathom how big it is, because it's over a million Earths can fit inside the sun, right? So this stuff here is also just, you know, huge, just massive, just massive. I mean, like, I'm looking it up right now, because how big is this? Like, how like the diameter, or how, you know, from one end to the other. Oh my goodness. So it's 150 light years across. And if each light year, like I'm saying, right, if each light year, we know it's 6 trillion miles, how big is this? How deep into space is this? How deep into space is this, guys? Wild stuff. And we're looking at it, we are looking at it in a mini telescope. I mean, it's small, right? Weighs about 6 pounds, about 3 kilograms. It's small. And so easy to use, even a child can use it. Even children, some parents out there are saying that their kids are using it. They're like, you know, a child that's 8 years old, 12 years old is using this telescope because it's so easy to work with. And how awesome it is to get your children, right? Young kids into this stuff. Imagine how good they're gonna get as they get older. They're gonna be astronomy and astrophotography pros. We gotta teach them this stuff, you know, teaching the next generation. So, yeah, and real quick, I told you guys I want to show you the images. We're to compare the images from Bortle 4. This is, and I'm at a Bortle 8. We're at 30 minutes. We're at 30 minutes of stacking 10-second images, okay? 10-second exposures. Randy, okay, you're asking about the differences, technical differences between, it's a good question. So, star clusters in a galaxy. So, galaxies are way larger than star clusters. And galaxies will have tons of star clusters in them, right? Galaxies are like the cities that star clusters can live in, if that makes sense, actually, yeah. So galaxies are like the cities that star clusters can live in. That's a good comparison. And galaxies themselves, they can contain thousands or more star clusters, thousands of this. And remember, there's like over 100,000 stars in this cluster. But galaxies will have thousands of these in there. It blows my mind every time. This stuff never gets old for me. Never gets old. Hello, Astronomy Kid. Thanks for joining. What time is it from your location, guys? It's about 10 p.m. here, a little past 10 p.m. Because I'm on the West Coast. You know, it's like as a kid, I'm thinking like, I mean, even now, right? Like we love, like a lot of us love Star Wars and stuff like that. And it's like a dream to watch all the special effects and just to look at space with those simulations and graphics and everything. But it's so cool, like all that stuff that you love growing up, and then you get a telescope for yourself and you're like, whoa, that stuff is, it's like, yeah, like people do simulation and graphics and stuff. But I mean, space at the end of the day, that's what's really real, right? I mean, that's where the inspiration comes from. It's just incredible stuff. Astronomy Kid, thanks for joining. I know it's really late for you. And for a lot of you, it's past 1 a.m. On the other side of the world, it must be really late. Maybe in London or so. The UK, 3, 4 a.m. Around there. I'm not exactly sure, but I think just about. Okay, let's compare these images, guys. This is what I've been promising to bring to you. So we are at 32 minutes of stacking. And I'm in Bortle 7-8 skies, pretty light polluted. And check out how this looks. This same cluster, M13, in Bortle 4. Like, I drove out about 2.5 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours away from city lights to go catch this same image. Okay? I have it ready. Boom. Right there. This is 12 minutes. Do you see this? Do you see how it just looks even more beautiful? 12 minutes on this one. Zoom in. I mean, guys. I mean, I literally stopped imaging at around 12-15 minutes or so because I was like, oh, this is enough. Because it was awesome. I wasn't planning to like do image stacking or anything, you know, and I was like going crazy, going to different targets because I was taking advantage that I was at very dark skies. So yeah, if you're in dark skies, getting this stuff is beautiful. It comes out and it will come in clear and nice quick. Hercules globular star cluster, guys. So we compare it to, you know, looking at this. This is Bortle 4. 12 minutes, just 12 minutes. Absolute beauty. Let's go back to the Seestar. At 34 minutes, you see the difference? Blows my mind. Makes me want to move to like really dark skies, you know? I mean, it's half the Bortle scale of where I live to go out to Bortle 4, right? Yeah, so if you live in what Bortle skies do you guys live in? I'm curious. Does anybody live in like, you know, like I'm talking about right now, like those Bortle 4s? But you know, you don't have to obviously live in super dark skies to look at deep space. But your images will certainly be clear and clear. You'll get a lot more photons. Welcome, John. Welcome back again. John, you said you were doing the same star cluster for over an hour in Bortle 4. Oh, man. I'm jealous. I'm sure it looked beautiful. Have you guys done M3? I also love to do M3. I was doing that one a bit last night, and I really liked it. It was almost like competing between what's my favorite now, this cluster or M3. It's really, really pretty. But, you know, with M13, right, this one, just the magnitude is, it's like a 5-ish something, 5.8, and then the M3 is like a 6 point something. Doesn't seem like much of a difference, but when you compare the images, this one is, there's a reason why this one is called the Great Star Cluster of Hercules. Randy, for sure. Take this stuff out camping. If you guys like to go camping with your family or friends, take your Seestar out there. I'm planning to live stream tomorrow as well, everyone. So I'll be streaming during the daytime, mostly tomorrow. So at some point, in, I would say, the afternoon for Pacific Daylight Time, Pacific Time, California. So let's say if it's 3 p.m. or so here, 2 or 3 p.m., it'll be like 5 o'clock East Coast, 5 or 6 p.m. East Coast. So, and I'm non-stop, looking at the sun, because we know it's going through intense solar activity, the solar maximum, and I've been looking at the Space Weather Prediction Center every day and just kind of checking here and there what's going on with if we could experience another Aurora Borealis. So I was talking about that earlier today in the stream. That's what we want. Welcome, Chuck Baker. Thank you for joining. And, oh man, the Eagle Nebula. I'm telling you, I'm gonna definitely, that's on my list. That's on my list. I've been waiting to get deeper into spring to look at that one, because it's on, it rises like too late for me. You know, where I'd have to be up at 3:30 a.m. or something, so... Oh, that's so, as a kid, the Eagle Nebula was one of my favorite pillars of creation. So, oh man, I love the Eagle Nebula. Chuck, thanks for reminding me, because I had it on my notes that that's going to be one of my targets going into the summer. Awesome, Chuck. Let me know how it looks. Oh, I absolutely, like, I mean, since I was a child, I'm telling you, I remember seeing the first pictures of that, like, as a kid, like, being, you know, 12, 13 years old, and just fell in love with it. So that's definitely a go-to target. I've seen already some images of the Eagle Nebula with the Seestar. Some people have taken, and oof, blows my mind. Move this up a bit. You guys can see that. Oh, you got the Vespera Chuck on right now? That's awesome. I'm curious, what's your favorite? Or anybody else with Vespera as well, or the Dwarf Telescope? What's your favorite, guys? I mean, I know sometimes you kind of can't compare. Vespera is awesome too. You know, you kind of... I don't want to compare. It's like different specs and stuff with the Seestar, but they both have their things, and you know, they both have their positives. This is a live view, Levani. Welcome and thank you for joining. We are looking at live deep space. This is the Great Star Cluster M13. It's called the Hercules Great Star Cluster. Chuck, that's good to know the Seestar is faster. And you mean as in stacking the images, or like the setup in general? The quick setup, or is it the, you know, what do you feel is or everything in general is faster? Oh, John Daly did M51 for an hour. Veil Nebula. Yeah, the setup is... Okay, Chuck, so the setup. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's lighter too, right? When we think about the Seestar, it's lighter than Vespera. But, okay, that's good to know. I guess the go-to function, everything is just the setup is faster. Okay. Wow, Jim, you're staying up late. You might do the Eagle this morning. Nice. Wow, you guys probably stay up even more late than me. That's cool though. Guys, I am planning to do some... I want to do a video. Maybe this is a little teaser of a future video that I'm going to post. And should I keep you guys in suspense, or should I let you guys know? So I'm thinking of doing... I'm in the works of doing like a scenery mode video of the Seestar, like showing what I can see, because you know where I live, we've got a lot of mountains because I'm in California. I've gotten some beautiful things on scenery mode just from my little roof deck, where you know you can see the mountains that are really far. I would say it would take about 4 hours to 5 hours to get to those mountains, and it looks incredible with the palm trees in front, one of them, and then you've got the mountains in the back. Anyway, I'm planning to do a video where I specifically just showing you guys scenery mode, what it can do. And tomorrow I'm going to a beautiful beach out here, going towards the ocean, and I want to capture all I can with the Seestar on scenery mode. Even where I'm going, there's like mountains literally towards... It's like, you know, California, we've got like mountains and ocean, everything like sort of next to each other, you could kind of say. So, you know, I'm hoping to get some insane, beautiful shots with the scenery mode. And if you guys have been using scenery mode, let me know. Let me know what you guys have captured. We are at 42 minutes. 42 minutes of 10-second images here. Okay, I want to address the comment from Welcome the Batman. Let me know where you're watching from. I love the name BHAT Batman. This is crazy. You're asking me. Welcome, Paul. If this is your first time, guys, please subscribe. Hit me with the like if you're loving this. Batman is asking me any recommendations for a phone holder for taking pics. Okay. I don't know if this will work for you, but I actually bought, and I don't know if the phone holder that I bought specifically to put on a telescope, you know, to put my phone in there to get pictures of it. I don't know if this is universal for any scope, but I bought one specifically for my Celestron literally about just a week ago or just a few days ago. And it's really good. I was using it for the moon just to put my phone on there, on the phone, you know, put my phone in that phone holder on the eyepiece of the telescope, and it was awesome, very secure. I don't know if that would be good for, you know, if that's what you're looking for, but yeah, if I can get a link to it, I'll try to set it up on the description if I can find a link right now. But actually, let me tell you exactly the name of it. I'll check my orders. I got it on Amazon. That's awesome, John and Dali. You guys staying up late at night to image, and John watching the sun come up. That's one of the most beautiful things to see. Sunrises. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome, Jack. Yes, 2 live streams in a day, Jack. Thanks if you joined me earlier today. That's right. That's right. You know, I gotta take advantage of this beautiful, beautiful, clear day today. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon with live streaming of the sun earlier, and then tonight, beautiful. Letitia, welcome. My telescope is pointing, yes. It's pointing, let me tell you exactly, actually. It's kind of pointing northwest right now of what I'm looking at. Not mistaken? Okay, I'll let you know about what you're asking me about, Batman. I love the fact that I can just call you Batman. The Batman. That's cool. Okay, so I'm looking up the order that I did. If you want a cool holder for your phone on a scope, on a traditional telescope. Let me see. Let you know what it's called. Celestron Nexyz. That's the thing. I don't know if it'll match exactly with with your scope, right? You're making me want to put a link in the description real quick so you can, because I think if I chat you a link, you're not gonna get it. Might have to put in the description and then you can check it out when the stream is over, or at any time, really. And what was it you were telling me? Who was telling me? I'm trying to get back to the chat here. That the Vespera takes better pictures. Chuck Baker. Yeah. Yes. Yes, that definitely, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, you get what you pay for, right? I mean, you get a you're spending like double or more on a Vespera, so, you know. But it's cool to have more than one of these smart telescopes. I think it's cool you can just run them all night, get how, you know, more than one target. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Batman, if you're still there, I found the link that I can send you. So if it doesn't work through here, I'll try. Might, you know, it'll be in the description, and I don't know if you can access it right away or after the stream is over. You can come back to it at any time. Let me get your link. Okay, Chuck, so the Seestar has more memory space. Is that what you're saying? I want to get the Ring Nebula, guys. Might switch it out. Switch it out to Ring Nebula. Not sure if this link will work. I'm going to try to send the link in the chat. I think the link could work. Yeah, all good, Batman. Thanks for joining. Make sure you subscribe, guys, if you're first finding me. You haven't subscribed yet and you want to keep seeing deep space streams. That's what I thought, Chuck. Yeah, the Seestar just has more memory and, yeah, longer to set up with the Vespera. Checking out my scope real quick outside, guys. I heard some noise. I can see it on my security camera, but checking it right now. All right, all good. Let me turn on the dew shield. Sometimes I wait a bit. Turn on the dew shield. I don't do it right away. I notice if I do it too soon, for me, it's kind of ruins my image. Starts getting like a weird hazy glow. Okay. There we are, looking at M13. Let me take a shot of this. Where are we? We are looking at live deep space. A globular great star cluster called Hercules, the great star cluster of Hercules in the Hercules constellation. John, how did it look? M57, 30 minutes, an all-nighter. I might have to do that one another night then. Yeah, the ring is cool, man. Like, you know, we're at what, 50 minutes of this right now? 50 minutes of looking at, or of stacking, which is kind of cool because like we've been live streaming for almost an hour here. I've been live streaming, right? Oh, at 50, the same amount of time. Oh my god, the same amount of time as the stacking of the images. That's kind of cool. It's almost exactly the same. Okay. So yeah, I might have to switch it out to another night because I want another full hour of it. We can dig deep into that, to Ring Nebula, talk all about it. I mean, to me, guys, it's all about, it's not just like the imaging, it's all about the learning experience, because I'll still go in and research to remind myself, okay, how far is this that I'm, like, how far in space, how deep in space is it, how big is it, how many light years away, how many light years across, the diameter. Like, I just love learning about all of that while I'm imaging and while, like, talking to you guys about it. I hope you guys like that too, because, you know, I don't want to spend my whole time just non-stop talking about the facts of it or whatever, but it's still fun to like kind of take some time out to discuss like what we're looking at and to understand, to never I guess take it for granted, you know, always have the appreciation for the fact that we can see this, that we know, you know, decades ago, you know, no one could just have this telescope in their front yard or backyard and be looking at space like this, you know? It seems so out of reach, but now anyone can look at deep space. It's so awesome. Oh, John, it's cute but small, yeah. You know, I got the Helix Nebula months ago. I have a feeling the Ring Nebula is going to be smaller in the scope. So I got Helix, not that small. It looked pretty cool. I love the colors. I love the colors in it. Take a screenshot of this. What's your favorite thing to image, guys, of like, what's your favorite thing, your favorite object to do lately? Is there anything lately that you've done like more than once because you liked it so much and decided to, like, I don't know, process it or something, you know, stack the images and get all the subs? And is there anything, have you been playing with the Deep Sky Stack feature for anything? I'm curious. How is it looking? Anything you're just loving right now? That's what it's all about, doing the research. I agree with you. Yep. Sharing images with friends, family, just, you know, all your friends, telling them what they're looking at, because that's what's fun. That's what's so fun, because so many people take this stuff for granted. They don't even know. They don't even know what's up there. right? They don't know. And you know, nothing wrong with that. Nobody's looking up at the night sky and you can see this directly with the naked eye, right? You can't. So it's cool to like share the knowledge, guys, with everyone. And man, just for them to just be blown away like we are every night that we can do this, that we've got clear skies. Welcome, Bareth Wash. Let me know where you're watching from. Yes, definitely the Eagle Nebula, Pillars of Creation. I was saying earlier, if you're just joining, I was just saying I'm dying to do that. It's like in my list of go-tos that oh, for sure. Dave is hooked on Saturn, but not with the Seestar. I got you, Dave. I got you. You know, I love seeing it with my Celestron. Ooh, gosh. Saturn is just beautiful to look at. Hey, it's gonna be Edge On, right? What is it, 2025? So get your shots for now so you can compare them of Saturn, right? When we're not, so in 2025 we won't be able to see it's like what they're saying, it's gonna lose its rings. We know it won't literally lose the rings, but just the way we're gonna look at it from our point of view, like the rings we won't be able to really see the rings in 2025. That's gonna be awesome and interesting. Barathwatch, thank you for letting me know about the Pillars of Creation 2. Another one that's just, there we go, just with the Pillars of Creation. Hello, yes, and I have pictures, most definitely, of Horsehead. I actually have a video on this channel of when I was doing some image processing. Like I shot the Horsehead Nebula. There's a video about image processing and you'll see it on there. Pablo, let me know. You should, because you've become a member of this channel, you should be able to see perhaps a little emoji of the Horsehead Nebula that I took. I put it on. You should be able to see it. There's like a few special emojis that only members of the channel can use while we were live chatting and everything. There's like 4 of them. Let me know if you see the horse head in there. I put it in there. And I took that shot. It's like a reddish looking one. Dave, you're saying Edge On now for Saturn? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Guys, y'all are like, seriously, I'm like writing down all my next go-to objects because I keep forgetting like my next one, because then I get excited about one that I want to image and then I forget I want to do this other one. But yes, let me know what y'all are imaging lately, because I'm telling you right now, I'm literally jotting it down, so to speak, because I want to do this stuff live too, and I want to look at it too on my own, maybe on the nights that I don't get to do the live, but really when I have my clear nights, you know, and I can go live, I want to go live. Rubén, bienvenidos de México, bienvenidos. Gracias. Yeah, those of you facing issues with the Seestar, I'm curious. Every other frame is bad. Is it, you mean like it's not stacking? Like, is it discarding because of trails or something, star trails? Like, what is it telling you? Is it the error that you keep getting that message? Make sure you guys are doing your updates too. Like you've got the latest updates on your Seestar, on your telescope, because if not, could have some issues. AGSW, welcome to the channel. The closest star cluster, you're wondering? The closest star cluster like to Earth is the Hyades star cluster. I did that on a live stream a while back, actually, and it's beautiful. And it's got the closest black hole. If you image the Hyades cluster, it's beautiful. I recommend it. I recommend it. Let me write it down in the chat. Hyades cluster. It's really pretty, and it's with, if you image it, I actually put it on a post, community post. Like I was like, did I just image a black hole? Because it, you know, there's like a black hole. The black hole that's closest to us is in the Hyades cluster, and the closest star cluster to Earth. 150 light years. It's really pretty because it's the closest star cluster to Earth. It's beautiful. It looks beautiful in the Seestar. Okay, so I'm seeing what you're saying. It's discarding because of star trails. Okay. Okay, so what I can tell you that happens to me. When that happens to me a lot, it's either I have a lot of wind, it's really windy, it's too windy, and that's why I use something to cover the scope on the sides. I'll put like a container and stuff to just block the winds. If it's not that, sometimes, if it's not that, what I've noticed is, and it happened to me big time when I was trying to do Comet 12P Pons Brooks. I was trying to image a comet, kept getting discarding because of star trails nonstop. Another reason could be it's too low in the horizon. It's too close to the horizon. Or you've got light coming directly into your telescope. Like, of course, these telescopes can work in very light polluted cities. However, I noticed that I cannot put my Seestar, like, let's say, in an area where like my neighbor's floodlight outside, like their big security camera light, is just almost straight into my Seestar because it's so bright. Like, you know, I just have to move it away, like to where the Seestar is not pointing directly to that, which is a bummer because sometimes there's like objects that I want to get in that direction. And I literally sometimes just like, you know what, I either have to travel to a dark sky, and if I don't want to travel, I'll wait, unfortunately, a couple of months till it can come around to my other side. You know, let's say if it's on the east, come out to the west, I don't know, come out to the other side. I know it takes so much patience because you have to wait, and that's not cool, but you wait for that object to be literally on the other side. And I'm going to tell you right now, actually, this is kind of cool that you brought it up, Barathwaj. I'm hoping that Elango, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. This is kind of cool you brought it up because guess what? You're reminding me, it's happened to me with this particular cluster. So M13. So you won't believe me when I tell you this because I haven't been able to look at this cluster the way I'm looking at it now, the way you guys are looking at this live right now. I haven't been able to see this. I've been waiting from my location for months. So I was just showing you guys a comparison image at Bortle 4 Skies. You know, I had to travel out to go see it. But for months, I couldn't see it from my location. Not that it wasn't visible. Not that it wasn't visible. It was because it was the light from my neighbors. The light from my neighbors was literally, and where the location of this star cluster is, or was literally like, I'd have to point the Seestar to where like the light from my neighbors was just straight hitting into the telescope. So tons of star trails. It looked horrible. I couldn't get good images. It was absolutely horrible of this same one that you're looking at right now. And I've been waiting for months. So okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is if it's just perhaps too much light coming in, okay? I'm telling you, it's probably that. It's probably that you're facing, your scope is facing towards whatever space object you're looking at, and there's just tons of light. So try to, I actually have to work off a roof deck. I remember just having so many issues trying to get Comet 12P Pons Brooks. You guys that were with me on the live stream, I believe John even pointed out to me, like, hey, your image stacking is just like, you know, it's not stacking. discarding nonstop. And it's because it was too low on the horizon. I actually even moved out to a mobile location to go try to capture that. It was so difficult. So either too low on the horizon or lights. And just wait. Perhaps where you can point it. Get your dew shield blocker. If you haven't seen my masterclass accessories video on this channel, where I talk about the dew shield blocker, make sure you get that. And that will help. But at the same time, if the lights are straight into the Seestar scope, you know, wait until that object can move around to another side, you know, for you to get a particular object where this Seestar, it just doesn't have all the lights straight into the lens. Yes, Barath Watch. I do. I just opened up a channel membership. If you can see it, if you go to my, actually, I'll send you the link. I'll send the link if you guys are curious. Thank you, and it's a way to support the channel. You're interested in joining. Yes, Barath, John, what you're saying, full moonlight causes rejections. Absolutely. If you've got too much moon, you know, when I've got too much moon, I will just image the full moon. I'll just go live with the moon. I don't even want to do any other object, you know, because the moon is just gonna kill it. The moon's gonna kill your deep space object. Or like right now, we know the moon is almost full moon. However, at my location, the moon is not gonna rise till 11:30. So sometimes even if it's in the moon, full moon phase or getting to the full moon phase, you know, if it rises later at night, check out what time it rises. Your Seestar app actually tells you that. Check out what time it rises or look it up online. And you can image, you know, that's why I'm imaging now. So the moon at almost 90% illumination tonight, right? Almost full moon is gonna rise in about 30 minutes. So that's why I'm on right now. If the moon was up, I'm telling you right now, I would not be live streaming. Or if I am, I'm live streaming the moon because it's gonna wash out everything else. So thank you, John Daly, for pointing that out. Astro Emma, thanks for joining. Yes, we are looking at live deep space. The star cluster, the great star cluster of Hercules is beautiful. Chuck, you're in Texas. All right. I grew up in Texas. Okay, the moon's not out yet. Okay. Okay, so I want to send the link to the channel membership real quick, since you guys were asking if I have any memberships and things like that. And also, Barath Watch, like John was saying, make sure you're leveling. Make sure you're leveling. Very important. I always say to manually level first. When you turn on your Seestar, move it manually. Okay? Move it manually. Your lens, your telescope lens, move it up, and then you level to 0.1, 0.3. Go find the object that you want. Once it's in the object, go back to your leveling to see if it's moved. What's going on, Bacon's Aviation? Thanks for joining. Thanks for loving this live stream. We are imaging deep space live. So if you're interested in becoming a member, I'm sending the link. Oh, cool. Where are you at, Barathwatch? I'm curious. No pressure. What country? Chuck, not yet. I haven't set up anything for you guys to, like, let's say if you want to share with, to post pictures. I don't mind people tagging me on the community tab in the Seestar, like their Astronet, the community tab. I don't mind, like, I love seeing other people's images, so you can tag me on there so I can see your pictures, but I don't have anything set up yet. Those of you just joining in the chat, this is the Seestar S50 Smart Telescope, if you're curious. How on earth we're looking at deep space right now. This is live deep space. I am in Southern California, and it is 11, just at 11 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Pacific Time here on the West Coast. And absolutely, this is the Hercules star cluster. Hit me with the like, guys, if you're loving this. This will help push out this live stream to more people. You know, the more people that can see this, the better. There's so many people that have a Seestar and have barely just found my channel like a few days ago, like never even knew that there was a channel all about the Seestar and smart telescopes. So, you know, if you hit the like, if you're loving this, it'll push out this live stream to other people, kind of notify other people. It'll pop up on their YouTube homepage and stuff for them to, yeah, for them to check it out. Hey, Barathwatch, don't feel too much like a loner out there in India. I was recently looking at some videos of some telescope and space enthusiasts in India. They're on YouTube, and I think that's so cool. They're trying to get the community in India, you know, all over India to get into space too. So, hey, India just landed a lunar rover, right? A rover on the moon. Congratulations to India. You know, incredible. Incredible. And with spending half of the money that the US spends to land something on the moon, or even less. So, hey, you know, there a lot of stuff going on in India. Anyone else from India watching, let me know. You guys are super into space, and I love that. And there's several of you in India that are trying to, like, really push out even live streams with telescopes, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. check out the link in the description of any of my videos if you're curious about this telescope. And I have affiliate links there, so you can check it out on Amazon. I have links. You can get it directly from this telescope company, from the Seestar, from High Point Scientific. I've got some links on there. So, and if you purchase a Seestar directly from there, it gives me, I earn a very small commission, which really helps support this channel. So I appreciate that because I'm not sponsored by any telescope company, as I've said before. So yeah, it's at no additional cost to you to get it from the links that I have in the description and all of my videos. It's at no extra cost to you, but it's cool that it, you know, gives me a bit of a commission just from you ordering one from that link. Letitia, you're wondering if I do the like live streams every night. I don't do them every night because it's dependent on if I have clear skies or not. So, you know, I don't do it every night. But I try to come on at least weekly, at least once or twice. I try to do these live streams. Welcome, Frank Harris. Next 12. Sir, next 12, you had a viewing party last night. You saw your first galaxy and nebula. Congratulations, you're hooked. That's awesome. So, Chuck, I grew up in near Houston, Texas, in a little town outside of Houston called Humboldt, Texas. South, you know, towards the south. And I've only been out here in California about 5 years. And the Seestar is about, this telescope, it's about $500. I believe I saw it even at $450. I thought I saw it the other day. I was like, oh man. Some of you early birds got it in before anyone got it at $400. A lot of people are saying that the Seestar is better than the Dwarf. Let's see what happens with the new Dwarf 3. That's coming out, but a lot of people, even some of you viewers on my channel have told me that you've returned the Dwarf. I'm sad to hear that, but you know, it is what it is, and that you've just kept your Seestar, or you got a Seestar instead. I was blown away by that. Chuck, oh man, the Vespera 2, the screen times out and you have to touch it. I hope they fix that with the future one. Because we never have to do that with the Seestar. Look at this. I'm at 1 hour and 10 minutes. 1 hour and 10 minutes now of... Let me bring it down. I'm at 1 hour and 10 minutes of stacking. Insane. Oh, yeah. This is a live picture. Live imaging of deep space. Welcome, Andrew. Andrew Morris. Yes, this is live deep space with the telescope. Live from Southern California, we are looking at the great star cluster of Hercules. $25,000 light years from Earth. We're looking at very deep space, guys. And like I said, every light year is 6 trillion miles. Imagine how far this is, if you even can imagine. We really can't. This is very far into deep space. This is a live picture. We are live imaging. You see there's like a little red recording button at the bottom there. It's kind of a bit hidden from because the chat. But you see the little red button. It's recording live imaging. That's right. That's right. Try to move it up a little bit so you can see. We are absolutely live imaging for the past hour. Yeah, Frank, I agree with you. My Seestar has become my go-to over my Nextstar also. My Celestron Nextstar, and I have an 8SE. And I love also my Celestron, but this has become my go-to because it's quick and easy setup. Easy. And the Seestar doesn't time out like the Vespera. There we go. Okay, Chuck, you're imaging... What Bortle skies again, Chuck? You're imaging the Eagle and it's looking good. Nice. Several hundred stars in M13 in the Great Globular Cluster of Hercules that we're looking at right now. It's crazy because if we try to count them right now, we're not even going to count, I think, 200 or 300 in here in this little frame. Guys, we want that mosaic mode. When is mosaic mode coming? The Seestar, like, people have been asking them in, like, certain posts of, like, troubleshooting, you know, in your Seestar, there's, like, a help and feedback thing. And they're just like, please be patient. So we gotta wait for mosaic mode on these telescopes, on this telescope. It's okay, it'll be worth it. See how much I can zoom into this cluster. Insane stuff. Oh yeah, Barath Watch. I've mentioned it in previous episodes and proof from the Seestar themselves where they've said they even, they've confirmed that they are working on mosaic mode. I hope it's going to be pushed out as an update for this telescope. Who was it that mentioned out of all the smart telescopes they have? I wish I could remember. If it's one of you right now that's joined, that is watching, let me know if it's you. Someone mentioned that out of all the smart telescopes that they have, okay, so they have several. They have Dwarf and Vespera. They said that the Seestar has pushed out more updates than the other telescopes, like your firmware app updates, right, to your app, to your actual Seestar. Like, that's awesome. I mean, we get updates for this thing, like, it's pretty frequent, guys. Sometimes I'm thinking, oh no, we just had one a month ago, it's gonna be a while. Next thing I know, I'm like, wait, what? There's another update? This is cool. I'm always trying to keep up with that because, I'm always talking about updates. And as soon as they come out, I'm on it. I'm trying to learn each feature and things like that so I can show all of you guys. And if you're loving it, hit me with the like right now, guys. It helps this stream to push out to more people, for more people to find it on YouTube. So many people that have a Seestar barely just learning about this channel. And yeah. Yes, Chuck, Vespera does have mosaic mode. That's true. Absolutely true. Playing around right now with the brightness and the contrast. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Okay, Barathwash, you were telling me earlier, so look at this. I want you guys to see this. Everyone to see this. Okay, wait, can you, okay, you can see it. You can see it. Let me move it a little bit. Let me move the screen a little bit. I want you guys to see this while I play around. If you're having issues, okay. This is a little mini hack. I mean, a lot of you probably already know, but But just in case, guys, I hope you can see that clear now. Actually, let me get my cursor in the screen. Okay. So you know where it has your adjust, your brightness, your contrast, your saturation? I'm telling you, if I don't move that, if I don't mess with that, it's look at this, okay? So sometimes you gotta just mess with this. Oops, wait, back to my brightness. Okay. So if I have it at the natural setting that it is just, you know, the regular setting, look at this. This is not good. This is not good. Look at this. This is like at 0, 0, 0, each one right in the middle. So make sure that if it's looking terrible on your Seestar, like I said, I live in super light polluted city. Make sure you immediately your image starts coming out, play with your brightness, and you'll be happy. Look at how much I gotta move this down. Negative, where are we? Negative 46. Oops, that's the other way. The contrast, I'm at a, look at this, guys. Get it to where you think it looks nice, right? There's no hard set rule to it. At a 15, 16, 21. Depends on your location. Play with your saturation a bit. Actually had it, was it this way? Yeah, so make sure, that way you can see it prettier, you can see it better. Let me move it down now. But yeah, please play around with those features because it's going to make a huge difference. Don't ever keep it on. Do not ever keep it on the what do you call that? Like the regular setting, you know, the default. That's what I meant to say. Don't keep it on your default setting. You have to play with the adjust. You have to play with it and, you know, move around your brightness scale, your contrast scale, the saturation a little bit. I notice what makes the biggest difference is your brightness and contrast. The saturation will help bring out some of these colors, like this yellowy, you know, some of it is like white, and then you've got yellowish here. I notice that the saturation helps bring out like the colors like that. So play around with that. Play around with that. Let me know how it goes for you. But it's going to make a big difference on your scope, on your images. Huge. That's it. 500,000 stars in right here. 500,000 stars, guys, is what we're looking at. That's true. Right there. Yep. I hope you guys can continue joining in my live streams because, yes, like Barathwatch said, I do try to give tips. I have nothing scripted, guys, but as soon as I start remembering things, I just randomly sometimes, you know, and I don't put it on a particular video, you know. So now I'm trying to cut out some tips from my stream to put it on videos because, you know, it's good to... I want you guys to be learning this stuff and take advantage of all the features that the Seestar has. Frank, that is really cool that you can actually take your Seestar with you to work on your breaks. That's pretty neat. I just sent the link over for the channel membership if you guys are interested. It'll help highlight all your comments in the live chats. You'll get a badge and it'll be easy to highlight your comment for me to... It highlights it for me, it highlights it for everyone else in the chat. So yeah, feel free to become a member and support this channel, guys. Thank you. Hit me with subscribe and like if this is your first time. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. It's been absolutely awesome. It's been absolutely awesome. Like I said, I'm always trying to give some tips while we live stream. So stay with me. And guess what? Guess what? Tomorrow, well, you know what? It's still, it is still May 26th for me. It is still Sunday. It's already Monday for some of you. I will be live streaming Monday. So for me, it's tomorrow. For you guys, it's later today. So time for me to get some rest. I was mentioning earlier, I'm going to the beach in the morning. I'll be getting some awesome shot scenery mode. Wish I could go live out there, but I won't be. But I'll be going live in the afternoon, probably towards maybe 5 p.m. your time, depending where you're at. If you're on the East Coast of the U.S., sometime around 5-6 p.m. or so, East Coast. So, just letting you guys know ahead of time. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm normally I've never been on a Monday. Let's see how it goes. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining. Thank you to all of you already channel members. Pablo, Craig, Chris. Guys, are you actually, I've shown this before. Maybe I should show it right now. Let me see. See if I can pull it up. Something. Had to fix my mic there for a minute. Do you guys see that? So I'm trying to show you guys my telescope right now outside. Some of you have been curious where I have my scope on my roof deck. Can you see it? It's probably too low down. Let me pull it up. Okay, before I get off, it looks like I'm having some issues trying to get my scope up, but there it is. It's kind of freezing up my frame a bit, but yeah, I'm on YouTube and on Instagram, guys. Those of you wondering. There's my scope, there's my Seestar, and I have like a container to block from the wind. So that if there's too much wind, it'll discard my star trails as well. So yeah, that's my scope up there. Yeah, so I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. There's links in the description and on the homepage of the channel under the bio. You can check out my Instagram and my TikTok and everything. Thanks for joining, everyone. Looking forward to tomorrow, or I guess later today. More live streams, more live streams.